Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. This is a infrared repeater that's made by a company called Infrared Resources. There's their logo. This is the third infrared repeater that I've tried to hook up to get to work with my ATT U-verse box. The ATT U-verse box is apparently sort of a problem child that a lot of the infrared repeaters don't like to work with. As near as I can figure out, and I haven't done exhaustive research, but I've done a little bit of research, the receiving eye on the ATT U-verse box is sort of overly sensitive to the signal, and a lot of these repeater systems, I don't know if they amplify the signal or they just direct the signal too powerfully to the ATT U-verse box. So anyway, I'm going to try this. I've actually already talked to technical support for this company. I told them about my concerns with ATT U-verse box, and they actually have in their instructions, they have some special instructions for ATT U-verse, which I may use if I have to use. So this is called a blaster. The way IR works is it sort of bounces around all over the place. That's why you can sometimes point your remote away from a device and trigger it and the device will work. It just bounces around. So this is a blaster. Blaster. I'm going to put it inside a cabinet. It's supposed to work very well inside of a cabinet. This is a little power connector. This is power that goes into the wall, and this is the receiver that's going to be mounted right there under the TV to receive the signal, and the wire will go to the blaster. Now most of these devices also have like a sort of a junction box. This one doesn't have a junction box. Everything is either built into here or it's built into there. And according to the manufacturer, which didn't really surprise me, but they say that the electronics in this is much better than some of the other ones that you can buy. This one's about 50 bucks. The blaster will work for multi-devices, at least 3 if not more, and depending on how they're spread out inside of your cabinet, I guess, is what determines whether you need one blaster or 2 blasters. But I don't have that much going on here. I really only want to make the U-verse box work and the Sony receiver, which is where I get my surround sound. I want those 2 to work, and we'll worry about the other stuff later on. But those are the 2 main ones that I use every day. So let's get started, and I'll show you what I do as I go along. Okay, this is what's going to receive the signal from your remote. So this is called the receiver, and I've just used a couple of pieces of Velcro tape to stick it underneath the TV, because it's sort of well, I don't know if it's really line of sight since the signal bounces around, but it has to be facing out where you're sitting with your remote. The wire goes through the back and it comes out. Well, let me jump to the end. This is the blaster. The blaster is going to send a signal bouncing around inside this cabinet. The eye is right here on the ATT U-verse, and the other eye is right here, I think. Let me use the light to get up close. Yeah, the other eye for this is like a 20-year-old Sony receiver, is behind right here. Power supply has been plugged in back there. I've just got a power strip back there. Let me hold this up. You can see that red light on. That's the power supply. So the power comes together here on one of these connections. There's a Y connection, and the receiver comes together here, and then they both run to the blaster. So that's about it. It's pretty simple. I'm going to shut the doors and see if everything comes on when I hit the button. Now, let me explain already that if I have this door open and I have nothing, no repeater connected there, it all works. So I know it all works. So let's shut it and we'll see. Okay, here we go. And I guess technically we're actually controlling 3 devices. The TV, a Sharp TV, the ATT U-verse box, and the old Sony receiver. Because I've programmed this ATT remote, it's sort of a semi-universal remote, so I've programmed it to this TV. So when I press the power button, both the TV and the ATT U-verse box are supposed to come on. But let's try the Sony first. Now, I don't know if I can zoom this. Supposed to be able to zoom my camera. There we go. Come on, I had it for a second. There, that's a little bit of a zoom. I wanted you to be able to see the receiver has a little blue light that comes on when it's getting a signal from the remote. And this old Sony remote, oh, there it is. I could see it. I don't know if you guys could see it. So sound should be on. Let's try the ATT remote. Yeah, the blue light is kind of dim, but it's still daytime here. Oh, here we go. We've got the TV came on because I could see that little triangle, and the U-verse box is on, and the sound is on. So let's try some controls. Sometimes the on-off control is the only thing that works, and sometimes you have to press the buttons multiple times. Now I'm just pressing the button nice and easy one time, and try. That's the OK button. Let's try the fast forward button. This is Formula One this weekend, the Belgian Grand Prix, which I enjoy. There's a little fast forward. There's a little more, and pause. Working good. We go backwards and pause it again and play it. That's good. Nice. Well, let's go back to menu. Live, and we'll go to favorites. Hitting the OK button. And here's Fox.
The first question has to be, are they
running good.
Likelihood they are here?
Let's try record button, because sometimes you can do a quick record.
Well, Greta, we have to assume that they are.
Oh yeah, recording worked.
Their predecessor,
okay, we'll delete that later on. So far I am calling this a resounding success. Let's try volume. Oh, volume is all on the Sony, and it doesn't show up on the TV because it's not on the TV, it's on the Sony. But
also, more important than
volume's good.
Is that Al-Qaeda, one of the problems they have.
Let's turn off the sound. Okay, that's my Sony receiver going off. Let's turn off the TV and the ATT U-verse. So, there it is. It worked, and this company. Let me get the name right again. company's Infrared Resources. I'll give them a big thumbs up, and I'm going to post this on Amazon where I bought the device, and there's a couple other ones there. I'll mention them on my Amazon post. If you have the ATT UVerse box, forget about it. Don't bother. Save your time, save your money. Go all the way to this Infrared Resources company and buy that one for the ATT UVerse box. It'll just work. Okay, if you have other devices then other than ATT UVerse, then those other companies might make a satisfactory IR repeater, but you have to try them. This, like I said, this is my third one that I've tried, and it worked straight off, right out of the box. Success. So this is Froggy's review. I'm signing off, and if you want more from Froggy, subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up or a like if this helps you out. See you later, guys and gals. Bye bye. One more last tip from Froggy. Actually, I neatened up the cables. They don't look that neat, but I bundled them up together. This is where I put the blaster, and right there is where the eye is on an ATT UVerse box, and right there is where the eye is on my Sony. So as you can see, you do not have to point it directly at the eye. I just kind of draped it over the edge here, and it's shooting down and around and all over the place, and that seems to be a good place for the ATT UVerse box. I just put a little piece of Velcro, just using one half of the Velcro to stick it down there so it stays in one place. So just wanted to give you that one last little bit of information for the UVerse box. Okay, see you guys and girls. Bye.